And welcome to Wild Flash. This is my little segment that I do every week on any news that's come up and on anything to do with Warcraft from the past 7 days. And it seems like quite a while ago now saying this, but it actually was in the last week that finally mythic kil'jaeden went down to Method. And there's a number of remarkable things about this. The first of which is when Method themselves tweeted an interesting little tidbit, which is they killed kil'jaeden on the 16th of July. Now, kil'jaeden is one of the lieutenants of Sargeras. The other lieutenant was Archimonde. And 2 years ago, Method also got the world first on mythic Archimonde on the 16th of July. So they've killed those two bosses 2 years apart on exactly the same day of exactly the same month. How freaky is that? Another very surprising thing, and I'm not sure when the last time this happened was, maybe back in 25 versus 10 man type things when they were separated out. But Method have defeated mythic kil'jaeden on the 16th. They are still, now it's the 21st, 5 days later, the only guild that have defeated that boss on that difficulty. You know, I mean, so it now sort of looks like there wasn't really a race at all, because Exorcist, although they were keeping in step as it went on, they were you would say significantly behind on Avatar because they killed it in the following reset compared to Method. But it's surprising that they still haven't killed kil'jaeden, and it makes you wonder just what cunning plan Method came up with to defeat it that is so far eluding the other guilds, because there's now a whole stack of guilds working on kil'jaeden mythic, presumably bashing their heads against a brick wall, or maybe they'd actually prefer doing that. I'm not sure. So until, of course, a few more guilds have killed it, we won't actually see the kill video. The tradition is, the convention is, that Method will be the first people to release the world first video, but they will not do so until 5 guilds have killed it, including themselves, so that, you know, the race can still go on. But you know, the horse came home a long time ago and the rest are still racing. It's very, very bizarre. Next bit of news, there's some massive nerfs to a few mythic dungeons. It might be quite timely with this week's affixes, but there have been fairly hefty, and I mean hefty nerfs to the Cathedral, as well as Upper and Lower Karazhan. So if you've been previously thinking, oh, I don't really fancy those, I'm not saying that you'd still fancy them, but they have been massively nerfed again. Actually, a little bit curious, I think it was in the last week as well, when they were talking about the new dungeon that's going to come with Argus, and Ian Hazakostas, bit tongue-in-cheek, was sort of saying, hopefully we'll only have to nerf that one about another 5 or 6 times, in reference to the fact that Cathedral, when it was launched, was nerfed heavily quite a lot of times, at least twice in the first week, and has been receiving nerfs all the way, and has received another set of nerfs just now as well. So the tuning on that one didn't go quite so well. Hopefully it will for the new dungeon. Now, speaking of Argus, they've basically announced that everything is essentially on the PTR now, apart from the raid, of course. But then we also know that the raid is not going to come online with 7.3 anyway. 7.3 is about going to Argus itself. So it's all up there. I've tried most of it. There's still a few bits I still need to try out. But in light of the fact that it's all essentially there, apart from bugs, and I've come across bugs myself that have prevented me, for example, completing quests and things like that, which hopefully has been fixed. I noticed there's a new build going on today, so I'll have a little play with that at some point. But what it means is that I'm going to be doing a series of videos over the next week on what's coming in Argus. It will have spoilers in it. I'll put that in the title, of course. The following categories I was thinking of doing is, first of all, the actual introduction to Argus. What can you sort of expect when you first sort of get there? Trouble in the family. There's a few family issues, NPC-wise, lore-wise, that are worth exploring. The Netherlight Crucible, I was asked to do something on that. That's one of the quests that's bugged for me at the moment. I know other people have been able to get onto it. Hopefully that build has fixed it, because a quest that was needed in the chain wouldn't complete for me, and I had done it right as well. It just wouldn't complete, and then when I abandoned it, I couldn't get it back again. It's like, oh no, I might have to do it on another character. I don't know. I hope not. But I will be doing that at some point. The new dungeon, I'll be giving the new dungeon a try out and giving a bit of a review on that one. The invasions, the new style invasions on Argus, I'll be doing a bit of a video on that one. I'll also be doing a bit of a review on it, from not from my point of view, but from the point of view of, do I think people are going to take to it in the same, you know, because at the moment I think everyone's very hyped about Argus. I do worry that people might be overhyped and might be expecting too much, because as many people have noted, the old Argus thing could have been an expansion on its own. Yes, it could have been, but it's not. It's a patch, and it's worth remembering that. It's a single patch. People might be imagining too much of it in terms of what we're going to get. So I'm going to consider the different types of motivation people have to do content, and which ones are going to think that Argus is going to be great, and which ones are going to think, oh no, it's another broken shore. And then the final video I'll be doing is on the end of Legion itself. We know enough from what we've been on the PTR, as well as data mined discussions and things like that, audio files, text files. We know enough to know exactly how Legion's going to end. So I'm going to do a video on that as well. Of course, that will be massively spoiler laden. Now on to streaming news. Just to go over the usual sort of streams that I'll be doing, as well as some expanded ones over summer. So usual ones are, so tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, I'll be doing some gameplay streaming. That's not likely to be the PTR, because the PTR is effectively done. So it's probably just going to be me leveling up my rogue. I'm not switching to rogue. People keep asking that because they see me on a rogue. I know I'm a ret. I'm not switching to rogue, but I am leveling. It's just next on the list. I am leveling the rogue up. So that's probably what I'll just do. But it really doesn't matter what I'm playing. That Saturday afternoon is just a general chat if people want to come on and just talk about whatever. Then there's going to be the usual Tuesday talk, Tuesday evening, 7 PM UK time. And then Wednesday evening we do like our guild raid, where I stream that 7 PM. I do usually stream other raids as well, but I don't schedule those, because maybe I won't be there. Like, for example, at the moment I'm expecting to be, but it is possible that at some point I wouldn't be on those ones, because if they're progress on bosses for which I'm no good, then I wouldn't. So I don't make that a regular thing. But they're at 7 PM UK time. The other ones tend to be like Thursdays and Mondays. And then sometimes we do a bit of a raid on a Sunday, but it does vary. Like last week we just did a quick Black Temple because it's time walking. This week, I'm not sure. We might only do a really short one just to do Elisand and Gul'dan in Nighthold. We might not do anything at all. But if you follow me on Twitch, you'll sort of see notifications of when I go live there as well. But I was also thinking this summer I'm going to be playing a few other games as well. So I'll have the time to do that. As people will know, I'm a bit into Elder Scrolls Online, so I only play it very casually. But I would like to play some more of that, and also Lord of the Rings Online. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if I'm going to have a session 3 or 4 hours playing on one of those games, it doesn't actually hurt me to stream it as well. So they'll be largely unscheduled. But yeah, I was thinking of a something else for summer thing. These obviously will only go on as long as summer goes on. As soon as I go back to work, they will stop. So I certainly don't want to make that a regular thing. But I will try and give you some indication tomorrow afternoon of when I'll be doing these. But it's likely to be afternoons from the UK point of view, afternoons on weekdays. But it might not be every day. So again, just wait for the notifications. I'll try and tweet ahead of time when I'm planning on doing those. But again, it's just general chat. You can chat about whatever. It's just I will probably be playing other games. I could possibly be playing some casual WoW, but as likely as not, probably Elder Scrolls Online or Lord of the Rings Online. Probably next week, Lord of the Rings Online. So I'll be getting back into that. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.